What's up, everyone? Welcome to a podcast where we showcase music that we like and hope you find something new to listen to. This is Tune Tank. All right, welcome to another episode of Tune Tank. I'm your host, Terrence, and on today's episode, we're going to introduce a new segment I'm going to call Soundtracks. And it's where we take a movie or a video game or anything like that in media that has a very, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like iconic soundtrack, something that's just really good. Some things have a better soundtrack than they have a story. But that's not today's. And I've also brought another guest, and this is the first time he's with me on camera. Check it out. Who are you?
Hello. I'm Mitchell from the Wrestling Diaries.
Yes, and we did the grunge episode together.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And this time, you are familiar with the movie If I Stay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we watched that together on like a double date night or something.
I believe so.
Yeah,
yep.
For sure.
But so what we're going to do is we're basically going to, I've picked out a bunch of good songs because this movie has an incredible soundtrack. So I've picked out a bunch of good songs from that soundtrack, and we're going to go to the movie, not to the movies, but we're going to go, I just pieced the camera. We're going to go into the movie and find where that song plays, watch that scene and react to it, and then we'll go and play the song for the Spotify listeners.
It's like a reaction video music show podcast.
Essentially, there's a big thing that people did when the pandemic hit called a watch party.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like that. And I just want to let you guys know before we listen to this and watch this movie, it is big time spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie, do not listen/watch this episode, because if you want to watch it on your own, we're going to spoil it for you. And I just want to read you guys the description of the movie that I found on IMDb. It says, life changes in an instant for young Mia Hall after a car accident puts her in a coma. During an out-of-body experience, she must decide whether to wake up and live in life far different than she imagined. The choice is hers if she can go on. But I guess we'll go ahead and get into this first song. But remember, if you are watching on YouTube, you cannot hear the songs at all. Like, not at all. Because I don't have license rights for any of the music.
Right, so you got to hop on over to Spotify.
Yes, but if you are on Spotify, you will only be able to hear 30 seconds of each song if you have the free version of Spotify. But if you have Spotify Premium, you'll be able to hear the full length of each song. So it's a good reason to upgrade.
Yeah, I just got to point out something real quick. Like, you're like looking at me on this monitor. It's kind of creeping me out because it looks like you're looking at me from the TV.
So I'm looking at you twice.
Like it's kind of creepy. Like, it's like, wait, he's in the TV. He's like looking at me. It's freaking me out.
Yeah, because in the studio here, I've got the TV set off to my right, and then Mitchell's sitting kind of far away from me, about 20 feet, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the TV is like right beside him, and then when I turn my head like this.
Yeah, when he turns, it looks like he's this monitor, for anybody watching, is to the left of me. So it looks like he's looking at me off of this monitor. It's so weird. It's creeping me out.
That's a good reason to watch it on YouTube.
yeah, definitely.
But all right, let's go ahead and find this first scene. The song is called Bohemian Like You from the Danny Warhols. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds into the movie, and it's when Mia is narrating about her mom and dad and about their life and how those things kind of play out. So let's check it out.
Take my dad. When my little brother Teddy was born, he quit his band to get a real job. But then he fell in love.
It's kind of hard for me to see it.
Now he
Yeah.
spends his days in the mosh pit at his high school English class. Or my mom, a riot girl who found her calling as a part-time travel agent and a full-time supermom. These days, she only moshes with Teddy. It's over, dude. And then there's me. I thought I knew where I was going. I thought I had it all mapped out. Turns out, I had no idea.
Coffee maestro.
But that's basically what we're going to do. The song playing in the background is the song we're about to listen to. And I know it's hard for you to see. The reason it's hard for you to see is I've got a black filter over it to kind of prevent from any copyright filters.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, makes the movie look a little different. But let's go ahead and check this song out. It is the Danny Warhols with their song Bohemian Like You. That that was the Danny Warhols with Bohemian Like You. That's a really fun song.
Yeah, I love that. I literally just added it to my Spotify playlist just now.
Am I still looking at you as much as I was earlier?
No, I wish you wouldn't have changed it though, because it's more funny because I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Actually, no, maybe it's more distracting because I'm gonna be like not focusing on the show because I'm like, oh, he's
like staring
looking at me from this
Yeah.
TV. Can you imagine if you were watching like a TV show or something and then they like broke the fourth wall and then they're like looking right into the camera?
It's like I'm looking at the camera right now, speaking to the YouTube audience. Then I want to talk to Mitchell, so I'm like,
yeah, I want to do a TV show that they do that. Just like looking at you, like I can see you.
Right.
Hit the screen. Ding, ding, ding.
So this being a new segment, it's still kind of I'm working out the bugs. Basically what we're doing is playing just the scene that music is playing. If the music stops, that's in the end of that music part. So I figure we would just watch the little bit of the scene that the music's playing, stop it, and then play the actual song for the listeners. So, but the next song that we are playing is called Who Needs You? And it's by a band called the Orwells. And it's 6 minutes and 25 seconds in. Mia is sitting at home, staring blankly as she is thinking about her crush on Adam, the high school hunk. Yeah. So let's get to 6 minutes and 25 seconds. Okay, so let's check out the scene.
What are we doing today? You go to the farm? Visit Henry Willow and the baby?
Stop by my folks' place for
Hear the song?
Mm-hmm.
That's the song we're going to react to.
Okay.
I don't know. There's this tricky part of the Beethoven Sonata that I've really got nailing. Well, the letters were mailed on Friday. Juilliard. The audition was 2 months ago, but I can still feel it in my fingers.
Okay, this is painful to watch. Look, who knows what time the mail is even going to be delivered today? Come on, you gotta come with us.
Okay. So the movie is just building. This movie actually kind of jumps back and forth in the timeline a lot, so it's not just a single timeline. And you'll notice that with the way that I've ordered out the songs. The songs play in order of the movie, but not in order of the storyline, if that makes any sense.
What's the actress's name in this movie again?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Okay,
Yeah, she's like the main actress. She's also Hit Girl from what is the movie? Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
But all right, let's go ahead and check this song out. It is the Orwells with their song, Who Needs You? All right, welcome back. That was the Orwells with their song, Who Needs You? And for a little bit of a reference, in this movie, the mom and the dad are like fans of punk music, and the dad was in a punk rock band. I believe he was the drummer. He was either the drummer or the guitarist. And that is a good example of like the music that her mom and dad listened to. But we'll get in a little later into the kind of music that she plays because she is a cellist. She plays cello.
Yeah.
Which is, he was the drummer because later in the movie, she explains that her dad sold his drum set to get her first cello.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I guess that's why I love this movie so much, because it's very indie rock, pop.
Yes.
Or not pop, indie rock and punk.
Right.
Punk stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into this next scene. And it takes place 14 minutes and 44 seconds into the movie. It's saying Mia is getting dressed in her room, but struggles to decide what to wear on her date with Adam. So they have their first date. He had saw her practicing in school and like immediately fell in love with her pretty much because he's like, wow, this girl's so different than everyone else.
It's just because she's hot.
I mean,
Yeah, she's cutie.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at this scene. It is 14 minutes and 44 seconds into it, and it's a group called Lucius, and it's their song Until We Get There.
You okay?
No,
You want to hit up my closet?
your closet's terrible.
14.
I don't even want to go.
Come on, he's just a guy, man.
Yeah, but he's the first guy I've ever gone on a maybe date with, and I don't know whether to wear date clothes or casual clothes or
Just wear something you feel good in. And if it's Adam, dude, he sees how amazing you are, then he's a total
shithead.
yeah. Better before than during.
Okay, so that was that scene. To give a little information also, before this scene we just watched, the family had went for a drive, and it was very snowy, very icy, and they had a wreck. And it kind of fades into the scene we just checked out. So just kind of keeping you guys up to date with what's going on in the movie. So that was the song. So let's go ahead and move into the song that was playing in the background. And it is a band called Lucius with their song Until We Get There. Let's check it out. All right, welcome back. That was Lucius with their song Until We Get There. Doing this where you're like playing the whole songs, you kind of see what kind of artistic choices the whoever chose the music for this movie had in mind. It's kind of cool.
It's very artsy, very eccentric.
Yep, that might have been my favorite one so far because I like the like ambient vibes to it. It was really fun. But moving right along to this next one, let's see what we got. It is Ben Howard with his song Promise. Now, I actually heard this song for the first time on the last season of How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah. That show had a lot of good music.
Very good music.
I've gotten a lot of good music that I didn't know existed off of that TV show.
That could be an idea for an episode of Soundtracks.
Sure. Yeah. That'd be a fun one.
But it says it is 30 minutes and 7 seconds into the movie. Adam and Mia start hanging out and kiss on the bridge. So it is their first kiss. So let's check this out. So here's the scene. This is the song. Ruh-roh. Okay, so before that scene, you had found out that during the car crash, the mom and dad and the little brother were hurt. They were injured pretty severely. And she gets put into a coma. So we'll stop there. And it kind of flashes, like after the kiss scene we just watched there, Mitchell just mentioned it was a killjoy because it swaps from that like happy scene on the bridge into some of the hospital footage where they're like working on each individual family member.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's check out this song. This is Ben Howard with his song, Promise. Welcome back. That was Ben Howard with his song Promise. I just noticed that you can see the TV in my camera here.
Oh yeah, you can in like a little corner.
Yeah. I like that song.
Yeah, I love it too. It's very like a very melancholic type environment in that song.
I didn't know it was almost 7 minutes long. So sorry, listeners. Yeah.
I love the rain effect at the beginning of it. Kind of sets the tone of the music. Is it weird that like some songs that are sad, like they make me sad, but that's like it makes me happy. Is that weird?
It makes you happy that it makes you sad?
Yeah, it's weird. Like I'm like, oh, this is sad. I feel sad.
Well, good songs make you feel something.
I guess that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let's see what the next scene has in store for us. It is 50 minutes and 30 seconds into the movie. It is a song called I Will Be There by the band Odessa, or I guess by the artist Odessa. And it says, Adam leaves for city limits, the concert event his band will be playing. So this is kind of like, they're still in high school, by the way, or at least she is at this point. He graduated by this point. Because he makes a comment where he hears the school bell after they kiss goodbye. He's like, I thought I'd never hear that again. So let's go into this scene, which is 50 minutes and 30 seconds.
Where does this take place? Seattle?
I think so.
Maybe more.
It's definitely somewhere up north where it's cold.
Yeah.
You sure you can't come? I'm pretty sure I could.
The song playing. It's very quiet.
Just the song we're about to do?
Yep.
I'm sorry to hear that again.
Come on, man. We gotta hit the road.
Okay.
He's British.
Yeah. Not in the movie, though. He let his accent slip there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
That's the song we're about to hear right there. It's a good one. Okay, so that's the scene. Nothing really to tell much before then. They're obviously a couple now, and she has watched him play a few times in his band, and she there's some good stuff coming up, so I won't spoil it. So let's go ahead and check this song out. This is Odessa with their song "I Will Be There." And that was Odessa with her song "I Will Be There." That was a pretty good song.
yeah,
Did you add that one?
it's cute. I did. I did.
Yeah, I literally like pretty much all the music in this movie. Like, there's a few songs that are like, but not very many at all.
Yeah, the soundtrack to this album is super strong.
Yeah, I watched it once, and just for the story, but I also caught the music, and then I went back and watched it again after I watched it that first time, just to hear the music.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see what the next scene has for us. And it is... Okay, so this is actually Adam's band playing, which it's obviously not them playing. It's, they're just playing to this song. But it is Willamette Stone with their song Mind. And it takes place 52 minutes and 33 seconds into the movie. And Mia surprises Adam while the band is practicing, and she tells him about her applying to Juilliard, which she did. She applied to Juilliard. I believe it was her mom or her dad that convinced her to do it, because she's a cello player, and she's very shy about her skill, because Juilliard's like a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she wanted to apply there, and she did. And then she goes into their band practice shed and tells them about this. So let's check it out. 52 minutes and 33 seconds. Okay. That's the song we're going to be listening to.
This amazing school. Yeah, I know Juilliard is. It was just on a whim. Okay, so basically what happens is she goes into their band practice shed and brings food for them, obviously because they'll be hungry after practicing. And then she goes to leave, and he stops and then walks out to catch her before she gets away. And he's like hyped about band practice, and she's like, I applied to Juilliard, which is all the way across the country compared to where they live, which I think they might be in Seattle. I'm not sure exactly where they are. Yeah. And he's very jealous about it. And before this scene, she actually receives a letter in the mail saying they will accept her for an audition. Because to get into Juilliard, you don't just apply. You basically apply for an audition. And if they accept your audition, you get to go audition for them, and then if they like your audition, then there's a chance for you to get into school.
Yeah,
because it's like a big prestigious music school.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the biggest, one of the best.
Yeah,
in the country, if not in the world.
Yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out this song. It is.
I gotta say though, real quick.
Okay.
Is it weird that I'm so anxious to know what she brought them to eat? Like, I want to know what it was.
Well, it was a brown paper sack, so it was probably something easy. Like, I don't know,
maybe
like
burgers or something.
Yeah, or like a ham sandwich and something. like your mom packed your lunch for you. Like an apple, a ham and cheese sandwich, and a bag of chips.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and check this out. This is Willamette Stone with their song Mind. Okay, that was Willamette Stone with their song Mind. That song, I remember a scene in the movie where Mia goes and watches them as they play, and she's like dancing around, down in the audience, and they're up there playing. And,
oh, yeah.
Yep. That's a good song. It's a fun little song.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Yep. Okay, so let's check out the next scene. We're getting closer to the end of the movie now. Things are about to start happening. So this next song is an hour and 6 minutes and 38 seconds into the movie. And it is Mia auditioning with her cello at Juilliard. So we're going to play a classical song, which is Cello Concerto in A minor. So this is her. And I will mention before this, she was very nervous. Adam got over his jealousy, and he printed out the Juilliard Hall ceiling on like a bunch of paper and like taped it to her ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So she would know what the ceiling looks like. So when she gets there, she could look up and feel comfort, I guess. And then when she sits down to start playing her audition, she looks up and notices the ceiling. She's like, oh, wow. Like she's super nervous and like sits down, and then her nerves kind of go away. And we're about to watch the audition.
She should marry that guy.
Yeah, for real. 1 hour and 6 minutes. Okay, so here's the scene coming up. Palms sweaty, arms are heavy, mom's spaghetti. See, she notices the ceiling.
How the hell did he know that it looked like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Google.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's the song we're going to listen to. So let's go ahead and check this out. This is Cello Concerto in A minor. Okay, so that was Cello Concerto in A minor, and just so you guys know, she nailed the audition, and her grandfather was like super proud of her. So her grandfather gives her a ride, and he gives her like a pep talk, because I think in her mind she knew that she killed it, but in a way, as a musician, I know a little bit about this. In a way, she was like, did I actually do okay? Was it good? Mm-hmm. I don't know. They didn't say anything. The reaction was just kind of stale. But it's people from Juilliard. They see people all the time. So you can't expect too much of a reaction. But he was saying that he knows that her grandfather was saying he knows that she killed it because her dad had the same like musical ability, musical talent, but he was saying that he was sad that he never let her dad know about it, the grandpa. This is kind of it's all like a flashback. Like the family hasn't wrecked yet. This was all a flashback. But at this point in the movie, you have found out in like the present tense that complications happened and the mom, dad, and brother all died. And it's super sad when you find out that. Might say I teared up every time I watch this movie. It's super sad. And in her case, she's still in a coma. And there's a nurse that's really, really like rooting for her to pull out of this coma. But she also knows that it's Mia's decision if she wants to stay. Hence the movie, If I Stay.
Yeah.
So if she stays, she could basically be an orphan. So it's a pretty intense movie, but it's really freaking good.
Yeah, it is. It's sad that it didn't have really great reviews. Actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like a AAA title. It's not like Avengers or Batman. It's not going to get that great of a praise, I feel.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I liked it.
I love it. Yeah.
So
even just watching it, just the little clips that we're watching now, I want to go back and watch the whole thing.
Same here. Like I'm sitting here thinking, like I just want to watch this whole movie.
Yeah.
Let's just stop this and just watch the movie.
Right. Okay, so let's see what the next scene brings for us. It is 1 hour, 31 minutes, and 7 seconds into the movie, and this is a scene that you and I mentioned in the grunge episode.
Yeah, this is my favorite scene. I think.
Yes. It is Today by the Smashing Pumpkins, but they do like a campfire family party cover where Adam he brought out his guitar and he starts singing a song, and everybody's like, Mia, you got to play. So she pulls out her cello and starts playing along with it while he's singing, and it's just so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Were they celebrating something in this scene?
Good question. Let's rewind. Okay, so after rewinding, we found out that it was actually just a Labor Day get-together for all the family and friends and her boyfriend's band, Adam's band. So they were all just kind of there celebrating Labor Day, having a barbecue, and just singing.
Yeah, and then later on in the evening, they do a bonfire.
Yep, it's a bonfire.
All start just doing music, and that's just something very real about that.
Yep, so let's watch the scene.
I've always thought of the cello as a solo instrument. It's probably why it's always made me so comfortable. Just me and my cello. But that night, sitting around the bonfire, jamming with Adam and everyone else, I realized I was wrong. The cello isn't a solo instrument. It's part of something bigger.
Brought out the mandolins.
And now it's like all crowd vocals.
Yeah.
I love that.
There's a banjo too.
It kind of reminds me of like a more elaborate version of when we did this song with Ivy, the wagon wheel.
Yeah.
We're at my old townhouse and we all were just singing along with him on the chorus.
The thing is,
You know,
Mom
that was really
Yeah.
that was good.
and Adam had his. And I was always jealous because I didn't have mine until the night of the bonfire. That was my scene.
So that was the scene. Great song. Sadly, that version is not on Spotify, so I can't play it. But we'll go ahead and listen to Today from Smashing Pumpkins anyway.
Cool.
Yep. So let's check this out. This is Today by the Smashing Pumpkins. I stand corrected. It is on Spotify. So we don't have to listen to the Smashing Pumpkins version, which is good because I don't really want to replay a song I've already had on the show. So let's go ahead and play this. This is Willamette Stone with their song Today as I bash my computer desk. That was Willamette Stone with their cover of Today. I can't tell you how excited I was when I found out this song was actually on Spotify.
Yeah, that's great.
Because it kind of killed the vibe if we listened to the actual version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's good. And as a musician, I can tell when people in movies are playing or if they're not playing the actual instruments. And Chloe Grace Moretz, and I forget the dude that plays Adam's name, they're both playing. And that's really cool that they actually did that for this movie instead of just hiring somebody that didn't know how to play.
Yeah.
I wonder if they actually like took lessons and learned how to play.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
But cello, I don't know if you could just learn it that quick though.
Well, she's probably just learned specific songs.
Yeah, true.
Like they just showed her a song and she just learned how to play that specifically.
Right. But during the audition at Juilliard too, like it shows her fingers and it like pans up to her and it's like a no cut pan, so it's definitely her playing. So I wonder if she's like a lifelong cello player. Maybe this is just her movie. They should have called it Chloe.
Maybe she already knew how to play cello prior.
Maybe. But all right, I believe this is going to be our final song.
That's a good one to end on.
No, one more. We got one more.
Wow.
Okay, so this song, like I said, all of the family members have died because of complications after the car crash. But Mia is the only one left. She's still in a coma. And Adam wrote her a song, and he plays it at her bedside in the hospital, which he fought to try to get in there to visit her because it was supposed to be like family only.
Yeah.
And he finally got in there to visit her. And also throughout the movie, she's having like an out of body experience. But he writes her a song, and this is the song that he plays for her. But through the whole movie, she's been having like an out of body experience. Like her spirit, I guess it is, has been roaming the hall. And you know, when they say when you're in a coma, you can still hear apparently. But you're not really responsive, but you can still hear what's going on around you. So he writes her the song and plays it for her at her bedside. But at this time, her spirit is standing right beside the bed, so she actually hears it to the full intent. But this part is 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 18 seconds into the movie. So let's check out the scene.
Still kind of working on this thing, but
Damn it. And I don't want to spoil anything because the song gets really good, so we won't play any more of it there. Okay, so before this scene, her grandpa had came to her bedside and sat down beside her, and it's the saddest scene in the whole movie. I literally choke up every time because if you've been listening to the show since it's been going, you'll know that both of my parents have passed away, so it's a very relatable scene to me. And I get like choked up and I definitely tear up. But he comes to her bedside and he's talking to her about stuff that happened like before all the crash happened. And there's a really, really just gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching scene where he's like, I want you to stay, but I understand if you want to go. Ugh. Like I get teared up just thinking about that there.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's your choice. I understand if you want to go. And he just like breaks down, and then it swaps to another scene and then comes back to the scene we just watched. This movie, man, gosh, so good, so sad, but so good. Let's go ahead and check out this song. It is Willamette Stone with his song Heart Like Yours. And that was Willamette Stone with his song Heart Like Yours. And to give you guys some context of what's going on here, when she took her audition to Juilliard, Adam got really upset and they broke up. And they never talked anymore. Like she has a best friend in this movie that she was like confiding in through the whole thing. But they didn't speak, they didn't call, they didn't text or anything. And when Adam heard that she was in a wreck, he was actually out on tour with his band because they hit it big time. And when he hears about it, he just drops everything and comes back home and comes to the hospital. And that's when he's like fighting to get to see her. And I kind of think that song was what he wrote maybe during their breakup, and he just hadn't had a chance to like show it to her, because it said you open up my eyes. So and when he plays that song for her in the hospital, she sees him in her like spirit form, and she's like, you wrote me a song. And then when he plays it and finishes it, she wakes up. She comes out of the coma. And that's how the movie ends. Like she opens her eyes, and he like stands up out of his chair that he's sitting down, and he goes, Mia, you're awake. And it like fades to black. And that's the movie. It's a great movie. Mm-hmm. It's definitely, if you're a macho man, don't watch it with someone, because you're going to cry. Because if you don't cry from watching this movie, you're heartless. And
you don't have a soul.
Like, seriously, this movie and Perks of Being a Wallflower are my top 2 movies of all time.
Oh,
and
wow.
That's a big thing to say, because there's movies out there like The Avengers, especially Endgame, and stuff like Batman, and that I'm just a big nerd for. But those 2 movies, which I'm going to do an episode of Perks, so you can come on with that one too, Mitchell.
Sweet.
But those 2 movies, I don't know, they just make you feel something. It's like a movie that can make me feel something and music that can make me feel something, and you combine those 2 together, perfect combination.
Yeah, it's great art.
Yep. You need to get your significant other to watch this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I plan on it.
Yep. He would like it. No, I'm joking. She would really like it. I would say shout out something, but you kind of already done that on the grunge episode.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, if people are wondering about my exploits, you could just check out the Wrestling Diaries.
The Wrestling Diaries
podcast.
Yep. Same as it was, but I will link it in the YouTube video description down below. And also, I didn't know that Spotify could do links. Like, you actually click on the song, or you click on the podcast, and there's a description for the podcast, and you can add links to it.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool. But I found out that you could do that when we did the grunge episode.
You actually can do it through Anchor. So
yeah, that's what I do.
People, if they don't have Spotify, they can choose any other platforms they do have.
That's what I do. I do the links through Anchor. But a train wreck of a first episode of Soundtracks, because I was trying to figure out how to get all the stuff to show correctly, and trying to watch the movie over here so Mitchell could see it. But I think episode 2 will be a lot better of Soundtracks. But I think we're going to get out of here. Thanks for coming in again, man. I know you didn't really say much, but we're watching a movie. So.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Sure. I got to watch this again now.
Yeah, for real. Let's go get something to eat. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get out of here. Before we get out of here, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram, here on Spotify, YouTube, and on Twitter. And that's all at Toontank Podcast. And then you can email us some suggestions, some comments, or just some random love at toontankpodcast@gmail.com. But we're going to wrap this up. Hopefully you guys had some fun, and I will catch you in next week's episode. Later.